A very good evening, Namibia, and to the viewers, and hello to the world as well. It's that time of the day again. It's Campfire time. So this is episode 11 of Campfire Series. My name is Absai Haidua. I'm joined by Helena Amuero, our sign language interpreter. And tonight, or today, it's Klein Vrijdag, so we are excited to be here, and we will be having fun on the show. I'm joined by our maker, that's Ndeshi Fikameni. We'll be chatting to her as we go on the show. For now, as you can see, we are in difficult times of COVID-19. We are practicing our social distancing, and I think it's safe for us to remove our masks. All right, our topic for tonight is, we're just talking to Ndeshi Fikameni, who is a female entrepreneur, and our topic is Women Make Great Things, and I think that's a perfect fit for our show tonight. Ndeshi, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Just before we start with our show, I just want to inform our viewers you have to stay watching, or to keep watching, because we are giving away something amazing at the end of the show. So please stay tuned. We will tell you in the show what we are going to give away. So Ndeshi, maybe you can just tell us about yourself and what you do.
Okay, my name is Ndeshi Fikameni. I'm a female entrepreneur. I'm from Timor, and I'm a graduate from the University of NUST. Mm-hmm. I have an honors degree in business management, and in addition, I'm the founder of Afroprint Line, which manufactures products like bags and creates add-ons like, as you can see on Absai's shirt.
All right. Now that's really exciting, and it's good to hear and have a female entrepreneur who really does great stuff for locally made. So that's exciting. Ndeshi, maybe you can also just tell us, or let's start with on the inspirational side. Give our fabulous female entrepreneurs out there some advice.
Well, to the female, and we can make things happen.
Great, excellent, unstoppable, and make things happen. That's good to hear. Also, tell us about. You can also just tell us more about you, and have you always been a maker of things?
Well, ever since I can remember being a young girl, I've always been attracted to projects and classes that have to do with making things like arts and crafts. So I think, yes, I've always been a maker of great things.
Excellent. That's good to hear. Also, now, just to tell us, what do you, or what do you call that kind of business that you do?
Well, Afroprint is in the line of manufacturing, as we manufacture our bags from scratch.
Yeah.
So what we do is we collect offcuts, which is material waste, from tailors like Ingo. He's also here in the Bokomoso building. So I occasionally go collect these offcuts, and then we patch them and create these beautiful items. Yeah. So sometimes the pieces are big enough to add on a shirt and make other cool stuff on t-shirt items, hoodies, and yeah.
All right. Now that's very good, because it looks like you're already doing or collaborating with other local entrepreneurs, which is good to hear as well. Yeah, that's a good thing. Now, also, how did you come up with the name Afroprint? Maybe you can tell us about that.
Okay. So at the beginning, The business was called Unique Bags because we only focused on making creative bags.
Okay.
But then we started making clothing items, and one of my mentors, Bomba Shiweda, was like, yo, why don't you consider changing the name since you're doing clothing as well? So yeah, he suggested Afroprint, and it caught my attention, and I went with it.
Great. So how did this idea really start, or how did it come up?
Well, what really happened is, firstly, unemployment was a big factor.
Yeah.
I had to go out there and make some money to survive.
Yeah.
And also, just being frustrated, seeing these beautiful patterns from African material just being used for garments. And I thought, I saw potential in making cooler items, fashion-forward items that you can't really find in a shop, like a Delela fanny pack or a bucket hat, or cool other items that the youth and other people would be interested in.
I like the fact that you said you even made cooler things. So I marked that cooler. So that's really cool that the type of products you do. And also to the viewers, you can see I'm wearing one of her products representing Oshikuku, if you can see. So yeah, you can also reach out to Afroprint and get that and get yours done. Ndeshi, maybe tell us also, did you get any training for this?
Well, on the business side of things,
Yeah.
my honors in business management is, of course, helping me run the business. But on the manufacturing and tailoring side, no, I just learned as the business grew on the job.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
So
I continue learning.
Oh, so that's, you just practice what you try out this, and so
Yeah.
it's really just testing out ideas and see what works for you.
That's right.
Excellent. Now also now we'll get into the nitty-gritty of your work. What materials do you really use, and how do you make those great things? I know you mentioned it, but you can maybe just tell us now into a little bit in depth.
Okay, so Afroprint is a sustainable business.
Yeah.
So we mostly upcycle these material waste or offcuts. So we collect these offcuts or use hesian, which is a jute material, to make some eco-friendly shopper bags as well. And we try and use really sustainable material, besides from upcycling the offcuts. And we mostly pick the African or vibrant materials with bright colors and cool patterns.
I've seen that, and I like the fact that you are being sustainable, and you are really upcycling. So that's really good, and that's what we wanna see in the entrepreneurial ecosystem. Also, what role does technology play in your work?
Of course, I use my phone a lot to get in contact with my clients via social media platforms, WhatsApp, and apart from that, the sewing machines, of course, the embroidery machines.
Oh, that's great. So you really, what is this? Now, in terms of now, because I also just came across Afroprint online, so that's probably by popular demand. So how did you get there?
Well, I think the product spoke for itself. The people loved it, and yeah, the numbers just accumulated because of hard work and persistence and commitment. And
I can really tell, because how else would I have known about Afroprint? Yeah. Now, working hard or working smart, which one would you choose?
Well, I'm a person that has a really short attention span, so I don't really like going long hours for one thing. So I choose working smart, because when you work smart, you'd find the shortest or most efficient way to do something.
Okay. And that's okay. Also, how has COVID-19 pandemic helped you in realigning your business your business?
COVID-19 has really messed things up a lot. Like we had orders before the lockdowns, the borders closed. Some conferences were about to take place, and when the borders closed, these conferences were just stopped. So the orders of conference bags and shirts were canceled. But on the other hand, I've learned that anything can happen at any time. So yeah, you need to make it work when things are going well, because yeah, you never know what can happen.
Yeah, so did you have to pivot, or you just continue, or have you been making money? So how has your operation been?
Well, the sales have really dropped, but I'm thankful for the people that still, especially the Swift game. People are at home now, so they're getting bored, so the Swift game is really selling well.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now this is really a challenging time for startup and those those businesses that rely on making things, especially, or they're especially affected. But under normal circumstances, how is it to be a young female entrepreneur in a startup and also a maker?
Well, recently a young female called me asking me she wants to start a business. How can she start a business? And I was like, wow, there are actually people looking up to me. So, well, it feels, I mean, it's like being a leader. You have to do the right thing, because you never know who's being inspired in what you're doing. So yeah, that's something that's really pushing me.
Okay, and also just looking at your work, it's clear there are elements of an African culture and fashion. What roles does innovation play in your work?
Well, when people see our items, they appreciate it, because it's African print, but it's not old school.
Yeah.
So they really feel they can engage. And because our items are so personalized, like the T-shirt we can put on the town where you're from, it's really speaking to the client. And so there's a level of personalization to the business, and people and the customers really like that.
So how do you really manage to keep it fresh and going?
So what I do, I walk around malls and see what's happening, what's trending, and try to see how I can use the new designs and new trends and add a touch of these colorful prints and make it pop.
Nice. Now you talked about making great stuff and you making it pop and really innovative. Now there's always that horrible customer experience. So please share that with us. I'm sure you had one.
Yeah, so many, like especially corporates that would come like with an order of 1,000 bags that they need to be delivered in 3 days. And for me is...
In 3 days?
Like Afroprint is such a small business, we don't have capacity to deliver such big quantities. So I always tell them that, I can break down the order into 4 parts and deliver 200 every second day, or alternatively have to turn down the order, but I always give them an alternative option.
Now, turning down an order, doesn't that make you lose out, or don't you feel like you're losing customers?
Well, I prefer losing a customer than doing a bad job or not delivering.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Now to also just just to touch on your marketing. You're really doing a great job. Like I said, I've just came across it on Instagram. So maybe now just tell us on what the digital platforms that you're using to market your products at the moment.
So currently, I don't use any of the traditional mediums like the radio and television and billboards and newspapers, obviously because of the price. But I use Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp, and sometimes I'd boost the posts. I have a broadcast list on my WhatsApp, so all my contacts or clients that have bought from me, I've saved them under that broadcast list, and I share posters of new items, specials, and
so how has that experience been going in? How is that the social media tools really helping you in your business operation?
The clients are really interactive. When I send these posts, people are really interactive. They love it. Some send us ideas or...
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, they're really engaging.
So you are also open to ideas from your customers?
Yes, I mean, we are selling to customers, so we need to listen to them.
So I can also come with my crazy idea and you make it happen?
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Now, before we take a break, I just want to tell you about the current programs that we are running at the moment. We have... Oh, okay, you have a comment there from Timothy. She's just telling you to keep on shining. So now, before we take a break, I just want to tell you about the NYC equipment grant. For you, in order to apply for the National Youth Council of Namibia's Equipment Aid Grant, you have to be a Namibian between the ages of 18 to 35 years. You have to be, you must be your business must be supported by, or beg your pardon, the business must be supported, or sorry, excuse me, owned by young person, or at least with 51% of the business shares. The business must be registered and should be in operation for the past 6 months. The business should also be in one of the priority sectors as listed on the NYC website. For you to apply, you have to go to nyc.org.na, nyc.org.na, and the deadline for applications is 24th of August. We'll quickly take a break. We'll be right back.
My experience with kosher cleaning, I think for a cleaning company, they take cleaning very serious. Okay, why I would recommend Kosha compared to other companies in the market, I believe they are the best. They have friendly customer service, and most importantly, they are very affordable from the packages that they offer. If you are not making use of them, I seriously do not know what you are waiting for.
And welcome back. This is episode 11 of Campfire Series. We are chatting to Ndeshi Zakaria. It's not Ndeshi Zakaria, it's Ndeshi Fikameni. Excuse me there. And we're just talking about how Afroprint was established, the type of great work she does, and do check out her social media platforms to really know. I'm sure you'll be interested in one of her products. So Ndeshi, back to the interview. How do you budget for marketing?
Well, the internet offers so many free platforms, so I take advantage of those to the max. So I have a small budget just for boosting some of the ads when necessary.
All right. Now, is it easier to get clients on social media compared to the traditional way that we used to do it?
Well, because my clients they buy a T-shirt and they post it on Instagram and tag us.
Yeah.
I think, yes. They are also like walking billboards. They're advertising for us.
I like that. Great. Now, sometimes it's not right. It's not the right time to take a client or a project. But how do you say no without burning the bridge?
I give them an alternative plan of delivery.
Yeah.
Or if they still don't accept it, then I explain to them that I don't want to under-deliver or not deliver on time, so unfortunately, I can't do it.
And if I keep begging, because I know your products are good, and I don't know anywhere else to go, but please help me. How do you do that, or how do you?
Well, if there's
help?
a time restriction that I really cannot make, I do not compromise.
Great. I like that. Do not compromise. Great. Now, also, on the other hand, like the industry is really getting saturated with digital marketing. Maybe you can even have someone that has less experience and less supplies or less quality. Or in less quality, promoting better than you. How do you use yourself as part of how do you use yourself apart in this market?
Well, I always strive to be different, to create items that are not there at all.
Yeah.
So when people see my product, they'll know it's an Afroprint product. So creating a unique item is Afroprint's niche.
Excellent. So that's what's that touch? Do you want to give us that magic?
I don't know how to exclusive creativity.
Nice, great. Now look into your crystal ball and tell us what you see in the future. Yeah.
One day I'd like to create, to have a big manufacturing factory, and of course also have a training facility for young high school dropouts that want to make things happen.
Like I said, Ndeshi creates excellent stuff. So if you want to be the lucky winner of one of her products, you have to stay tuned to stay tuned. We'll pop in that question, and then and yeah, one of the lucky winner takes the prize. Ndeshi, what are some of the trends that you see exploding in the next 1 to 5 years?
Well, maybe if things get well and COVID decides to pack and leave,
yeah,
maybe you'll see the factory soon.
Right. I think I would need a job there as well. So you can make the creative or innovative stuff is all together. Now, do you have a right? Also, maybe you can tell us more on what are the most products that are selling at your or in your what are those products that sell out very quickly in your business at the moment?
At the moment,
or the ones that are in demand.
The Swift 30 game is really selling. So Swift 30 is a Namibian guessing game that promotes fast thinking, and it's also at the same time informing you or educating you on the Namibian landscape, politicians, and monuments. So yeah, it's a really good game.
No, great. It's a pity that you didn't bring. You could have done it in a swift or in a quick 30 seconds, or how should we? Because I would have loved to play that. Now, also tell me the type of, maybe just tell us the type of products you do. Yeah, like more in details.
Okay, so we have. Okay, yeah. So Afroprint makes T-shirts, jerseys, and corporate items like conference bags, campaign T-shirts. So if, for example, the Buy a Brick campaign, we have been making their T-shirts. So we have incorporated their logo in the Afroprint style. So it has a flap and pocket as well, written Buy a Brick, but just in a house shape. We've done a lot of these corporate campaigns. Yeah.
Excellent. Now we have a comment from one of our biggest fans as well, and she's always watching. That's Elizabeth Goddess. She's saying it's always good to listen to other co-entrepreneurs' advice and ideas in order to improve your own business. Do you have anything to add on that?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with Elizabeth. That's true. You need to listen to others because no one knows it all. It's better to listen than talk.
Excellent. Now, in terms of, like you mentioned earlier, you work with other, because we are in the manufacturing industry or tailoring. You mentioned earlier that you work with other tailors as well, like or how do I say? Like, for example, Ingo. How do you bring in that? Do you look for them, or do they come to you, or how do you really bring up that collaboration?
I don't directly work with them. They're just my kind of, let me say, supplier, because I collect the offcuts and material waste from people, from tailors like Ingo. Yeah. And other tailors that make garments. So when they have pieces left, I collect them from them.
Okay, so instead of them throwing them away, you make them into great things.
Yes.
That's good to hear. Also, now, what is that secret or that magic touch that you, maybe without giving away the formula, maybe tell us about it?
I don't know how to say it. I think I just have an eye for making things that people would like.
Oh, great. Now, also, what other advice would you give to any other entrepreneur or startup that wants to join or to do the same things you do?
I just want to say that long after the price is forgotten, the quality will always remain. So always don't compromise quality.
All right. We're going to take a quick breather, but before we go on, just want to tell you about our one of our programs as well. Recently, we have been we partnered up with future females of Namibia, and we had applications for the Future Females Business School for female entrepreneurs. Unfortunately, the deadline was today. If you missed out, tough luck. We have to get you next time. So you have to keep an eye on our social media platforms for updates. Now on to future females. The deadlines have closed, which we actually received a quite huge number of applicants. There was about 300 applications, but out of those 300, we only select only 20. 20 will be selected. So keep an eye if you are one of the applicants. Keep an eye on your emails every now and then. We will reach out to you, and yeah, so you don't miss out on the opportunity. Remember, it's 300, so you don't want to miss that opportunity. So if you are part of the 20th, then you are 20 selected, then you should really pat yourself on the back. Also, yeah, the announcements this will take place, or the program will actually kick off sometime next week. On to another, there will be another program, or another initiative. So just keep an eye on our social media platforms, and you learn more. We'll be running, we'll be running another program that's aimed to develop startups, and the applications will open soon. So you have to keep an eye. You can even subscribe to our social media platforms. That's even great, and then you don't miss out on anything. So, like I said, at the end of this show, we will announce, or we'll do a prize giveaway. So stay tuned. I hope you listened attentively, and I hope you will be the lucky winner. We'll quickly take a break, and then we'll be right back. Okay. All right. Welcome back. Episode 11 of Campfire Series. I'm chatting to Ndeshi Fikameni. She's just telling us about Afroprint Line. I'm sure you are aware of it. It's on our, which is actually quite trendy on social media. If you need some cool stuff like what I'm wearing tonight, head on to our social media, or to Afroprint Line's social media platform, and really reach out to them. They are quite responsive, and you won't. I promise you won't be disappointed. Ndeshi, what else can you maybe tell us about female entrepreneurship in Namibia? Or yeah.
Well, I think there are a lot of females really making great things, and I just want to encourage them to keep on going and don't let anything stop you.
All right. Now, while we are at it, oh, we have another fan on. That's Salmi Shiweda. It's actually a shout out to you, Ndeshi. Or no, it's not, it's a question. So she's asking, how or when do we see the Afroprint items in South African retail chains?
Sure. Salmi, I just want to let you know that after COVID packed its bags, soon after that.
Now, we have Dave Osho. Dave Osho is well done, Ndeshi Fikameni, for the bankable business idea. So yeah,
thank
thumbs
you,
up to you. Great. Now, Startup Namibia is a funded. It's a Namibian project funded by the German government. It's to improve the lives and the conditions for the formations of startups in Namibia. It's implemented by GIZ together with our partners, Ministry of Ministry of Industrialization and Trade, City of Windhoek. Now, also under Startup Namibia, we will have our center, which is going to be called Basecamp, which is now a startup incubation and innovation center for Startup Namibia, and it aims to build a thriving Namibian startup ecosystem. Now, I think while we are almost at the end of the show, Ndeshi, do you have any other anything else that you would like to share with our viewers before we share the secret?
I just want to say thank you all for tuning in, and stay home, wash your hands, wash your masks, and keep safe.
We have Elizabeth Goddess again asking if you have your goodies to display it. Unfortunately, I can answer that for you. She didn't bring anything, but if you would like to see her products, reach out to her social media platforms. That's on Facebook, Instagram, and what other
and Twitter.
platforms?
So
Yes.
you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and the username is Afroprint Line.
All right. You got that, Afroprint Line on social media. Ndeshi Shiweda, can you share the social media? Oh, you already did. Yeah. Great. So that's Afroprint Line on social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All right. Now, on to the great since you do Swift 30, so we're gonna do a quick Swift 30, but we'll play it with you, the viewers. 3 seconds, and then we're gonna start. So that's 1, 2, 3. So the first, okay, before I do the 3 seconds countdown, I just wanna tell the viewers that the first comment wins, or the very first, since it's Swift 30, the first correct comment on our Facebook takes the prize. So here we go. It's in 3, 2, 1, and then the question is, where is our new office located? The question is, where is Startup Namibia's new offices located? That's we don't have a countdown, so quickly count the first comment wins. Where is our new offices located? And also to give you a hint, it's on our social media platforms. While we are waiting for, so what really gave you that idea to, because I really like the game that you, because it's engaging and it's also very informative. How did you come up with that idea?
Well, it was really an inspiration from 30 seconds. I got bored of playing really a game that you can't relate with and decided to create a similar one with, if you've played it, you'll see there's a lot of twist to it. The board is foldable, it's packaged in a bag, and on the board, so there's trade a player, only one player to guess, so there's really different dynamics. There's also an X, so yeah, it's really a cool game.
Okay, excellent. Now, we have a winner, so that's, maybe please announce our winner.
The winner is Bomba.
Yeah, so congratulations to Bomba Shiweda. We are now located in, we are now at the corner of Dr. Franz Indongo Street and John Maynard. That's in Windhoek West. So you are all welcome to visit us at some point and really just get to know more about Startup Namibia and inquire more about our services and as well as our co-working space. Yeah, so you have a comment from Beyond. He says, we love the Swift 30. I love it too. So that's excellent. So,
thank you.
Anything else that you'd want to share before we close off?
I just want to encourage everyone, since we are all having a curfew of 8 o'clock, don't forget to get your Swift 30 and have fun.
All right. Before we go, another comment from Penny Nakale. She's really just giving you a shout out. You are an inspiration, so keep it up.
Thank you, Penny.
All right. That's all we have for you tonight on Campfire Series. This was episode 11. Join us again next time, same place, and good night.